weather coming, but it's not supposed to get here till Friday, so it's only Tuesday. I'm not sure why I have it, but I do. I have a splitting headache. And I also have my little love bug. This is Dante. You can tell Dante from Giovanni because Dante has the black mask and Giovanni has the white mask. So they are technically both snowshoes, but Giovanni's closer to the breed standard than Dante. Although Dante has the proper snowshoes, so I don't know. They were rescues. I adopted them from a rescue group, so yes. Okay, so we are doing Your Spiritual Power, but let's do the housekeeping first. The housekeeping is simply me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website is creativelife.org. Constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That gets you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. I say one email a week. That may be why I have a splitting headache. Allergies. The ragweed is still blooming. Yes. So, one email a week, unless something unusual happens. I will point out we do live in hurricane country. So, and our weather just can get weird. It just can. So, yeah. Okay. And it's a blind CC, meaning nobody will see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. Now, I will also mention the social medias briefly, just from the standpoint of we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead, hello, baby. Yes, I love you too. What we ask you to do instead is to engage with the pages and the posts. So go like, subscribe, follow based on which platform you're on. And then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting the post, sharing the post. It bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff, which is the goal. So it is a free, easy way to support the center. All it costs you is a click. All right. Yes. Yes. Are you happy? He's very happy. I wish you could see the bliss face that he's making because I'm petting him. Okay. Now, Your Spiritual Power is a collection, an inspirational collection, or what I like to call it, because I stole it from Reverend Norm. This is a library. What it is it's a collection of Ernest Holmes works that may not be found anywhere else. We happen to be working through the second of two books that are actually collections of his articles from the Science of Mind magazine. We are doing, Living Without Fear, which apparently, according to the intro by William Kinnear, is from the early magazines. Now, here's the good news. When he wrote that, he said these articles aren't available anywhere else. They are now. Okay. Reverend Catherine Mastriani's goal in the Science of Mind archives was to digitize the magazines. And I think, so her first goal was to find all of them. And I think she did. And if she's missing any, she's not missing much. And then she went out and raised a bunch of money to get them digitized. So, if you are interested in the early Science of Mind magazine, go join the Science of Mind archives. So, then you will, yeah. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Living Without Fear, which is a collection of his early Science of Mind magazines found in Your Spiritual Power. Turns out I do have that as a little booklet, which is good to know, so that if I decide to go read the little books, I don't have to do that one because I've already done it. Okay. The pages are different. Okay. So, we are doing, did I ever tell you what the social medias were? We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, and I'm the running Rev Ryan. I don't know. I probably forgot. But the article today we are doing is Recognize Your Individuality. So, and it's a short one, which means it'll probably take me longer to get ready to read it than it may actually take me to read it. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, it looks like I misplaced one of my bookmarks. Right. Okay. Recognize your individuality. To be an individual means to exist as an entity. Rightly understood, God can be considered as the infinite person. Hence, spirit is the infinite essence of all individuality. Within the one supreme mind, since it is infinite, exists the possibility of projecting limitless expressions of itself. But since the infinite is infinite, each expression of itself is unique and different from any other expression. Thus, the infinite is never divided, but has infinite manifestations. While all people have the same origin, no two are alike except in ultimate essence. One God and spirit of us all, but numberless childships. Each childship is unique in a universe of wholeness. A person is an individualized center of God consciousness and spiritual power, as complete as they know themselves to be, and they know themselves only as they really comprehend their relationship to the whole. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go back and think about that sentence because that was a lot, right? Okay. Yeah. That's practically a whole paragraph. Okay. While all people have the same origin, no two are alike except in ultimate essence. That's really good. I like that sentence. I'm going to skip the next one. Okay. So a person is an individualized center of God consciousness. Jesse likes to use that phrase a whole lot. All right. So a person is an individualized center of God consciousness and a spiritual power. Because the wholeness exists at every point, as complete as they know themselves to be, and they know themselves only as well as they comprehend their relationship to the whole. Only as well as they comprehend their relationship to the whole. So part of the work that we need to do is to figure out our part in the whole. And yes, there was a question mark at the end of that sentence. So, all right, let's move on. Our individuality externalizes as personality at the circumference of our existence and experience. At the center of our being is the point of individual contact with the infinite source of the unexpressed and unconditioned at the absolute God. Okay. There is a reservoir of life and power as we approach the center, which is loosed and flows through to the circumference when we realize the unity of the whole and our relationship to it. God is incarnated in all people and is individualized through all creation without loss to itself. And that's where we have the immanent and transcendent. Okay? God is incarnated in absolutely everything and yet is more than the sum of the parts without loss to itself. Okay? More than the sum of its parts. Each of us is a unique individualization of the infinite. Wait, hang on. Each of us as a unique individualization of the infinite is complete. Okay, you know what? That is I want to use the word rebellious statement. Jesse likes to call us subversive. That is a subversive statement, okay? Because right there, it says that you are complete. You are whole and complete, just as you are right now. Where a lot of religions want to tell us that we're not, because we're missing Jesus, Okay. So that statement right there, wow, that is the first shots of a rebellion. To tell somebody, look, you are whole and complete. It's one of the reasons why I like to say at the end, you are enough just as you are. Because right here, Ernest is telling us, you are complete right now. There's nothing you have to do to be complete. However, you can know yourself better. That's really interesting. That is really interesting. I'm going to walk away with that sentence. Okay. So each of us, as a unique individualization of the infinite, is complete. No two people look alike, act alike, or think alike. No two faces have the same expression. Our fingerprints are different. The emotional reactions of each are distinct and individual. All of this in order that individuality may not be lost in the great shuffle of life. God would not be a creative God if its creations were monotonous repetitions. That's true. Life would get really boring really fast. The more completely we recognize our individuality, the more unique our personality. Due to this, we commonly speak of persons as being individuals. And he has that in quotes, okay? Individuals, in quotes. A psychological reaction against our machine age is in an instinctive gesture of a person protesting against anything that would seek to replace the necessity of more fully expressing their individuality. Okay, I'm with him there. As we seek to develop our personalities, we should, at the same time, try to unify them with all others. All right, Ernest. I'm going to have to think about that one. Or maybe we could just come at it from the standpoint of recognizing the God center in each one of us is maybe what he's thinking. We still have several paragraphs to go. Let's find out. Some find their approach to expressing the reality at the center of their being through art, science, or literature. Some others through prayer and meditation. But all do it by extended recognition and increased inner awareness. The voice of the Spirit speaks to and through all. It is a universal language speaking through many tongues. And again, you know how I said we were a subversive philosophy? That right there is very subversive because all of the religions like to say, oh, no, God only talks through us. Everybody else is delusional. And right here, Ernest is saying, no. Spirit talks through absolutely every one of us. Spirit speaks in many tongues. Love it. Emerson tells us to watch the spark which illuminates our own consciousness. This spark is shot from the central fires of the universe and gathers brilliancy within us as we fan it with our awareness of it. As we fan it with our awareness of it. That's pretty cool. Okay, individuality is the thing behind our personality. Personality is what we make of our individuality. The uniqueness of our personality springs from our individuality, which is entirely God-given. We think of Jesus, the way shower, as a divinely inspired personality, a teacher of humanity, a lover of humanity, and a spiritual genius. The conscious knowledge of God, which impregnated the mind of the man Jesus we think of as Christ or Christ consciousness. That's why I like to talk about the Christ consciousness as software. Like everybody comes pre-installed with it. Jesus just made the best use of it. To worship this personality is idolatry, or to believe that God gave more of itself to this man than any other people is superstition. To think that the word of Jesus had the power to change the natural order of reality or refute natural law is ignorance. As other people, Jesus was a human being, but he was a spiritual genius. Just as we have had geniuses in every field of endeavor, so we have had spiritual geniuses. those who have seen more deeply into the causation than others. Jesus, as a personality, has long since passed to other fields of activity. But the conscious knowledge of God, which endowed this unique man with what may be called the Christ consciousness, remains as a potentiality in all of us. Okay? I don't know what I was about to highlight there, so I'll come back. We are beginning to understand more of the meaning of this Christ, this Emmanuel, this or God within us, the direct relationship of the universal to the particular, of the infinite to the finite, of God to humanity, of the heavenly spirit to the earthly child. The forming of this Christ within us is the incarnation of the Almighty, consciously received, and the power attending this new birth is the result of the opening of a greater channel in our own mind through which the originating cause may flow. I frequently say one of the drum beats of science of mind is consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. And that's what he's talking about here. The more aware of our relationship with the divine we are, the more effective we're going to be at life. The greatest teaching of Jesus was the necessity of belief or faith. What should we believe in and how can we have faith? His answer: believe in God or the universal spirit. Have faith that your belief in this universal spirit will produce a definite and tangible result in your experience. It seems impossible to have belief or faith while we doubt or are afraid. Hence, the enemies to be overcome are our denials of the good, the beautiful, and the true. To err is human, and that part of us which is human seemingly is continuously in error, is fearful, timid, uncertain. It needs and must have knowledge of a new source of freedom. The only possible salvation is for a new birth to take place in the mind. It is the mind that needs to be reborn to a greater recognition of the divinity within it. Oh, that is very, I get really twitchy about being reborn. That I can get behind. Hence, we are told to be transformed by the renewing of the mind. The mind must shake off the adversary, which is the denial of good, and looking upward must become impregnated with the great affirmations of life itself. Okay. And that's where he stops. I told you it was a short one. So, if we go back to the beginning of the article, the whole point of this is to be more conscious in our relationship with the divine. Socrates said, know thyself. And Ernest is saying, yeah, know thyself and know thyself in relation to the divine. Which honestly takes work, which is the point of regular daily spiritual practice. And regular daily spiritual practice can look like absolutely anything, because honestly, this right here, what I'm doing right now, this is part of my regular daily spiritual practice. And since I have been doing it for 5 years now, I can honestly tell you the benefits have been amazing. I hope that you have enjoyed the ride as much as I have. I have no intention of quitting anytime soon. As long as I can find new Ernest Holmes books to do, I'm gonna keep doing this because it's good. I'm learning a lot. So, all right, beloveds. Oh, there are just a lot of yard work going on around me right now. So there we are. I am now going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a you got this day, a grateful day, a thank you, Connie, for watching day, a take care of yourself day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a do what you got to do day, a drink plenty of water day. It's going to be 86 today. It could be a record-breaking day. Connie, I'll trade you 20 degrees. A good day, and if that's too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I get it. Simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. As Ernest Holmes said today, you are complete. Right now, you are complete. Right now. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godly. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything at all. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you.